Okay, so here we are driving the Leaf. So foot on the brake, start button, remove the foot brake, and we're ready to go. So now hit the accelerator, lovely and smooth and silent, off we go. They're also very fast and nippy. It's not necessarily what we think about with EVs, because they tend to be promoted in terms of their environmental performance. But they're actually lovely vehicles to drive. They get maximum torque from the word go, so they're very quick off the line. They're smooth, progressive. The smoothness comes because there are no gears. So in an automatic car, although you're not changing gear, automatic petrol or diesel, although you're not changing gear yourself, you can still feel and hear the gear change. But in an EV, it's genuinely just one continuous, smooth, progressive acceleration or deceleration. So the original first generation Leaf went on sale in the UK in 2011, and that had less than half the range of this current 2019 version. So in just 8 years the range has more than doubled. And that's a similar story with other makes and models. The Renault Zoe is the other EV that's been on sale a long time in the UK. That went on sale in 2013. The current version has more than twice the range. And for the BMW i3, the increase is even more dramatic. That's got between 2.5 to 3 times the range today than the original versions did in 2014. So the rate of progress is dramatic and very impressive, and no doubt will only get better. An important thing to remember with EVs is that speed affects energy consumption and therefore range quite significantly. So I think we're all used to the fact that higher speeds lead to higher fuel consumption because of greater wind resistance. We're used to that with petrol and diesel vehicles, but the penalty is a little bit greater. The percentage effect is greater with an EV than a conventional vehicle. So that's not necessarily problematic. More often than not in an EV, more often than not you find that you've got plenty of range for the journey that you're doing, however you drive it. But there are times when you're doing a journey that's, perhaps a long journey that's close to or that exceeds the vehicle's range. Virtually all motorway service stations these days have rapid charges, so it's really just a question of planning your brakes, working out where you're going to stop, tying that in with brakes that you might want to take anyway, and planning your journey accordingly. So here we're now in B mode. This is the mode I would usually use the car in myself. So this has got the higher level of regen. And there are no cars around, so I'll just lift off the accelerator, and you might be able to see there we're slowing down pretty rapidly, but I'm not braking now. That's just the regen. And that's great, because that braking effect, without using the actual brakes, that tells us that that's the motor acting as a generator, converting that movement energy into useful energy that recharges the battery, rather than simply being wasted. And to toggle between the two, then you just toggle the switch, the non-gear stick here, you just toggle it backwards. So we're now in D mode, which will still give you some regen, but not as much.